All right, welcome to episode 3 of our Marvel Rivals education course. Today, we're going to be talking about Ultimate Economy. And if you missed them, episodes 1 and 2 were about core gameplay and positional awareness. So if you want to go check those out, those links will be in the description as well. Make sure you're checking out this entire series because we're going to try and make you guys the absolute best players that you could possibly be. So that'd be awesome if you guys could check those out. But for today's episode, we're going to be talking about Ultimate Economy, when to use it, when to hold your ultimates, stuff like that. So it's gonna be amazing. Let's get on with it. Actually, first things first, if you're not, please just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That way you can be notified whenever we post one of these videos, which is gonna be every day for 30 days straight. It's gonna be great. So first of all, what is Ultimate Economy? It is going to be managing when and how you use your ultimates as a team. So basically think of ultimates as a resource. It's not just really personal power-ups, it's for your overall team, because certain ultimates can either win or save team fights, stuff like that, and ultimates are a huge source of just potential in the game in general. So burning too many ults at once on your team is kind of overkill, and sometimes it could be a wasted advantage. So make sure that you are doing that properly, because if you just throw out all your ultimates at once, then you're probably gonna win that fight, but then the next fight's gonna come along and then your enemies are gonna have all their ultimates, and well, most likely they're gonna be able to take you guys out. So you need to know how and when to use your ultimates. So the best time to use it is to break stalemates, kind of counter enemy ultimates as well. Even engage in certain fights, it's a good time to use it, or kind of to secure objectives. So like if you're going for the point, if you're going for a payload, stuff like that, if you need to use your ultimate to secure that payload or objective in general, use it. It's a good way to do it. And also a great way to go forward is to recognize win conditions. Is this a must win team fight? Like, is this going to be like the final push of the round or the game? Or is this just going to be a regular contest? Like, okay, if we lose this fight, there's still a little bit more time in this round. So if it's the end of the round or the potential end of the round, use that ultimate. Like you're not going to be waiting for Marvel Rivals 2. But that being said, also another way to recognize when to use it is, are you down players? Do you have more players right now than the enemy team? Are your players still walking back from spawn? Are the enemy team's players, do they have people walking back from spawn? Do they have everybody in the fight? Do you have everybody in the fight? Always recognize these situations, because that is an insane way to make sure that you are winning these fights. And if you just use your ultimate when you don't have anybody on your team, well, what's the point? You're probably most likely, look, I know there are certain situations, but you are most likely not going to get a 1v6 ultimate to be the hero of the day and get everybody. That might work in some lower ranks, but that's not going to work as you progress in the game. So that is a bad habit to have. Do not get used to it. So don't just throw out your ultimate when you are alone in a fight. Make sure you wait for your team, but that'll be another topic for another day. Also, another thing to recognize is your enemy's cooldowns as well. If they just waste their cooldowns, be like, a very common way to look at this is Loki is one of the best supports in the game right now, and he has totems that are on a cooldown, and his totems basically give everybody inside of it insane healing and basically invulnerability as well. So if you see Loki doesn't have totems, ooh, maybe now is a really good time to engage. Or just there's a lot of other supports, tanks, stuff like that, that have defensive abilities that you can capitalize off of once they are thrown out like that. So basically you have more or less 3 different type of ultimates in the game. You have support ults, damage ults, and tank ults. Your support ultimates are basically going to be like tempo resets or to save your team. So that basically means like, oh, we're taking a lot of pressure, and so the enemy's really advancing. Healing ult, we get to be back up to full health. Now it's our time to engage. So it's a great way to change that tempo. Damage ults are going to be like openers or fight finishers. They're a great way to kind of secure those matches. So a great way to open a fight sometimes is with an ultimate from your DPS, and maybe that gets a pick or two, but if it doesn't, maybe you still create space with it. Who knows? And then tank ults are mostly CCs, like crowd controls initiations. So stuff like Doctor Strange, even Groot, and stuff like that, that can clump people together. That way your DPS can kind of take over and do a lot of the damage there. So you always want to make sure, what kind of ultimate do I have and when is a good time to use it? So you're probably asking something along the lines of, how do I know when to hold my ultimate and when to use it? So when to hold it? If you've already won the fight, don't overcommit. If you've already gotten like 2 or 3 picks on the enemy team and you guys are still at full force and you're just still running them down, you don't need to use your ultimate. Like, yeah, you have it, but you don't need to use it. You can wait till the next fight. So if you can secure those kills without having to use your ultimate, you're already up 2 players. That is massive. You're up 3 players. That is insane. You're up 4 players. You don't need to use any ultimates. You can just finish that fight with just you guys. So don't overcommit and don't overuse your ultimate economy. And if the enemy is kind of like baiting, just wait until they group up. Like, if there's like 1 or 2 of them just like trickling, but like they're doing nothing, like you don't need to use your ultimate right there. Like they're kind of just sitting there. So wait until the enemy groups up and then boom, you can get them all at once. Or look, if you do want to use your ultimate when it's still just 1 or 2 of them and your enemy's almost back, like the rest of them are already back, then they have to wait for those other 1 or 2 people to come back. So it's a good way to look at it. Or if the fight is already lost, it is better to regroup and save ultimate for the next push rather than using it 1v6 or 2v6, because guys, the amount of times that I see somebody throw out their ultimate when 3 or 4 people on their team are already running back from spawn, or they're like in the spawn running back, and I see an enemy, or I'm sorry, and I see an ally throwing out their ultimate, I get furious because I'm like, no, you just wasted that. You're not going to get any value from that. You could have saved that for when we're back. That way we could have capitalized off that as well. But nope, it's gone. Couldn't capitalize it off of it. And then your ally is most likely deceased after they use the ultimate as well. So, I mean, it's not really like you're going to get any value from it. So there's no shame in not using your ultimate. If you are already at a disadvantage, you can just save it for next fight and have a better chance at utilizing it for your team, because if you use it by yourself, you're most likely not going to get that much value from it. So don't just panic ult in like a 1v3 unless like you're stalling. Like if you're trying to get the point to as like high as possible on your side, or you're trying to like just stall the point as long as possible, like yeah, like you can use your ultimate if it's going to save you a bunch of time. But if it's going to save you like 1 or 2 seconds, like what's the point? But if you're going to actually like make a decent amount of stalling time and it actually progresses the fight even longer, that way your allies can get back and maybe save a point or something like that, yes, it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. But if your allies can't get back in time and you're just throwing out an ultimate and nothing happens during that period, and then the enemy still gets the point anyway, then that was kind of a wasted ultimate, and you could have used that to overall further your team. So don't try and do that. But a good way to go is there are so many characters in the game. A lot of tanks and a lot of support and a lot of DPS have a great way to combo your ultimates. So learning when to combo your ultimates and synergize is an amazing way to take your gameplay to the next level. One of the strongest ultimate combos in the game is one of my personal favorite because it involves Moon Knight, who is my favorite character in the game. I'm a Moon Knight main. I love him. So if you combine Moon Knight ultimate with Groot ultimate, you get a team wipe usually, because usually Groot can pull at least 3 to 4 people in his ultimate, and Moon Knight, with his damage that he can output from both his regular projectile and then dropping his ultimate down, the 2 of you will literally win a team fight in 2 seconds because of it. And it is that simple. So if you're like a Groot Moon Knight combo, there's a lot of other ultimates in the game that combine really well. So try and use those, because those are going to really take your gameplay to the next level, and it is a great way to win team fights and control the tempo of the match. So what you want to do is you want to communicate with teammates. If you are on something that you know combos well, talk to your teammate. Or if you don't want to talk to them, you can type to them, be like, hey, let's combine ultimates. When you're ready, let me know. When I'm ready, I'll let you know. and that is a great way to go. I always say to my roots, I'm always saying, like, hey, ready when you are, ready when you are. Like, when I am ready for Moon Knight ultimate and Groot combo, and I see that we both have ultimates, I have my push to talk on at all times, and I'm just going, Groot, ready whenever you are, ready whenever you are, ready whenever you are. He uses his ultimate, boom, we win the team fight. Is it that simple? And then the last thing that I want to talk about with this is pay attention to what the enemies are using as far as ultimates and when they are using it as well. After a big enemy ult push, your team has such a window of advantage that you can really take over if you just kind of wait some ultimates out. Like, if an enemy uses a support ult for no reason, capitalize off of that, wait it out, kind of stall the fight, don't overcommit, and once that ultimate ends, boom, then that is your time, your team's time to pounce on the enemy. That is the perfect time to do that. Or kind of just be mindful of it. For a lot of ultimates in the game, there are one support ult can completely counter it, so always track, be like, hey, when was the last time the enemy supports ulted? Do they have it? I'm not sure. Try and figure that kind of stuff out. Communicate to your team. Maybe they've seen ultimates that you haven't, so it's a great way to just track those ultimates. So make sure you're doing that. And also, a great way to do that is using the kill feed and just fight memory in general to guess what's available. It's kind of more difficult at first, but the more you play and the longer you become familiar with this game, I'm telling you, it's going to become a lot more second nature. I know it seems like a lot of just calculating and all that stuff, but trust me, it's going to become second nature. Just, you're going to be thinking, hey, this, say a Luna on the other team, like Luna Snow ulted last fight. They're not going to have it yet this fight because, you know, it takes a certain amount of time to build that ultimate up. Now is a good time to advance. All that kind of stuff. You know, you'll get it with time. It's going to be a lot of work at first, I'm not gonna lie, but as you play the game, as you progress, as this game becomes second nature, you'll be more than fine, I promise you. So the key takeaway from this is that great teams win by managing cooldowns and ultimates. So if you master this, trust me guys, you're gonna win so many more games, and you're going to be so much better against just teams in general, especially getting into those higher ranks. You're going to be doing absolutely phenomenal, I promise you. So I want you to be honest with yourself. How often do you panic ult or waste it? Because hey, look, it's happened to me all the time. Like I still do it every once in a while. So guys, it's not like I'm immune to this. Like I do it every once in a while. I'm not even gonna lie, I did it today where I panic ulted. I'm not immune to it. I know I made a mistake when I did it, but hey, look, it's good to be honest with yourself. So guys, when was actually the last time that you panic ulted? Because I did it today. I don't care. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed. Today was day 3 of this. We still have a long way to go, but I hope that you guys are slowly but surely learning more stuff with this game that will help you. I really can't wait to see how well we do together. I'm really enjoying this series. So if you could do me a few favors before we end today's video, liking the video helps me significantly. Commenting on the video is awesome. So today I want you guys to comment your favorite color. Today, my favorite color is purple. I just like it. It's really cool. And subscribe to the channel. You guys already know. I really appreciate that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on tomorrow's video. Later.